A good Monday afternoon, everybody. I'm meteorologist Ben Dery, and we are indeed at that time of the season where we're kind of on the back nine of summer, right? We are more than halfway through the month of August, and the last couple of mornings, I wouldn't call it crisp starts to the day, but certainly cooler than what we've been used to. These are low temperatures, what we woke up to this morning, and other than MSP, outlying metro locations dropped into the lower 50s this morning. Kind of felt a bit on the cooler side, right? It's been a while since we've seen temperatures this cool. In fact, at MSP, the last time we had temperatures drop into the 50s, you have to head all the way back to July 23rd. And since July 1st, that's the only day we've dropped into the 50s. So we'll start to get into the 50s more routinely as we get into the tail end of August and especially into September. So yes, eventually cooler, more crisp mornings are in the forecast, but at least in the short term, we're going to see temps staying in the upper 50s to lower 60s. So nothing super crisp is in our immediate forecast. Today is going to end up being a beautiful summer day. Lots of blue sky, the wind relatively light, plenty of sunshine, and temperatures rising into the low to mid 80s. Not to mention the dew point is still pretty tolerable as well. Dew point's in the mid 50s today. So a beautiful Monday's in the forecast. Now we are tracking several weather systems moving through the area over the next several days that will give us several opportunities of seeing some rainfall. Nothing super widespread. These are going to be hit and miss rain opportunities, but regardless, a more progressive weather pattern over the next couple of days will have us seeing more of those rain chances in our 7-day. First chance of seeing storms is later this evening and tonight when a cold front kind of slowly works its way through the area, and that frontal system, which is basically just a lifting mechanism for thunderstorms, is going to stay in our vicinity through Tuesday. So tomorrow morning we could start off with a couple of stray showers and then an isolated thunderstorm or two later Tuesday afternoon. Can't be ruled out, but again, very hit and miss stuff. Now here's our radar satellite composite, a couple of dissipating showers across far western Minnesota, and we have some storms across far northwestern Minnesota as well. We have a cold front that's slowly working its way in from the north and west. This is gradually going to sag over us as we head into the latter half of the afternoon and the evening, bringing us that chance for rain. Not only that, but a couple of rowdy thunderstorms as well possible. Storm Prediction Center has expanded their risk for severe weather for this evening and overnight tonight to now include a good chunk of western Minnesota. It's where we have a slight risk for severe weather, 2 out of 5 on the severity scale. The greatest risk is for a couple of wind damage reports from some these isolated thunderstorms, and the marginal risk for severe weather, the 1 out of 5 on the severity, has now been expanded to include parts of the Iron Range. So it's kind of one of those interesting situations where that cold front is working its way through. Areas with the best lift, the best ingredients for storms is actually north central Minnesota, but areas with the more unstable environment, that's in this yellow category right here. So basically the coverage of storms is higher in north central and northeastern Minnesota, but storms that have the potential of being stronger in the southwestern part of the state. So it really depends on where you live. Here's more specifics on our severe weather threat for today. The good news is the risk for tornadoes is pretty low. Hail, elevated risk, and wind, elevated risk for that yellow shaded area. And I'd say wind is probably the primary threat right now, with hail being the secondary threat. And because these storms are going to be moving, we don't have to worry about any flooding, which is good news there. Now here's microcast, and we'll take you into the evening hours, pausing this at 6 p.m. Notice near and after the evening rush, the storms become a bit more numerous, with the emphasis western, central, and northeastern Minnesota. And again, that's that outline of that cold front working its way through. Still dry around the Twin Cities, but closer to sundown, which is around 8:30 nowadays, and in the hours beyond, that's our window of seeing some of that scattered activity. And you can see some of the brighter spots. Minnesota River Valley points southward, where we could see some of those, again, rowdier thunderstorms. We get deeper into the night. It looks like we'll see a break from any rain shower activity. And then tomorrow morning, during the morning rush, it looks like areas in southern Minnesota, kind of the southern third of the state, a chance of seeing some light scattered activity. Should be non-thunderous variety of rain shower. Bit of a break through lunchtime, and then here comes that isolated rain chance as we head into Tuesday afternoon. So Tuesday afternoon and evening, it's the kind of situation where not everybody's going to get wet, but again, a couple of rumbles of thunder certainly possible. Let's talk about today. Some hazy sunshine today. Temperatures warming into the low to mid 80s, seasonably warm for this time of year, but with the lower dew points, it's going to be a pretty decent day to be outside. Some spotty evening showers, maybe a few thunderstorms near and after sundown tonight, with the greatest risk western, central, and northern Minnesota. So this is today's forecast. Once we get into tomorrow, that cold front is still kind of hanging around southern Minnesota. So you can see those icons. The better chance for showers is across southern Minnesota. And here in the Twin Cities, again, it's one chance in the morning for a few lighter showers and then some isolated storms possible as we head into Tuesday evening. So this is more of a progressive weather pattern. And again, over the next 36 hours, several smaller chances at seeing some showers and storms. Certainly no drought busting stuff is in the forecast, but we'll probably stay in this somewhat active weather pattern through the rest of the week. Here's your 7-day. You can see Thursday night into Friday, another small chance at seeing some showers. And we don't have a big drop in temperatures. Behind this cold front, we drop from the mid-80s today into the upper 70s to near 80 Tuesday into Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday should end up being pretty decent days, and even Friday, even with that small rain chance, should be pretty nice outside. We get into next weekend, which is still a long ways away, but still forecast models are hinting at pretty decent weather, seasonal temperatures, and plenty of sunshine.